What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Movie Scene. I'm your host, Chris Giddens. I'm curious to hear what were the best movies that you watched in the month of April. So if you get a chance, let me know in the comments below. I'm always looking for new movies to check out. And now here are the 10 movies that I watched in the month of April, ranked in order of my preference for them. Number 10, Daredevil. Not as bad as his reputation, but the worst part is how good it could have been. Just when something almost cool is happening, there's some corny music or dialogue that just ruins the entire scene. Thankfully, we now have the excellent Daredevil series on Netflix to wash our eyes out. Number 9, Twixt. I'd much rather watch someone's effort at trying something new and falling short of the intended mark than to see the same old regurgitated crap that's pumped out like a shit factory. So kudos to Francis Ford Coppola for taking a chance, even though it's a bit of a fail. Number 8, Bloodsport. When I was a kid, all of the boys, myself included, wanted to be Jean-Claude Van Damme. And all of the girls, well, you know. For most of us, it started with Bloodsport. In this nostalgic viewing, two things really stuck out to me. One, the totally awesome 80s soundtrack. And two, there was much less fighting and blood than I remember there being. Number 7, The Man with the Iron Fists. I've been a big fan of RZA and the Wu-Tang Clan for 20 years, but I had a feeling this was going to be just terrible. And it is an over-the-top mishmash of bad acting, sloppy editing, corny dialogue, ridiculous gore, cool characters, beautiful ladies, awesome music. I loved it. Very fun and entertaining. Number 6, Whiteboyz. This was my first time watching it since it first came out on DVD, and it's still just as appropriately cringeworthy. It's underrated in its portrayal of earnest but out-of-touch white kids whose only understanding of African-American life comes from what many would call the gangsta glamorization in some popular rap music. Number 5, Atari Game Over. I had the ET Atari game as a kid, and the last time I played it was around 15 years ago. I'm not of the opinion that it's the worst game of all time, so I was happy to see some others who share that view. Though the game is a driving narrative in this documentary, it's just one colorful piece in the overall larger, very interesting Atari story. Number 4, Unfriended. A pleasant surprise that effectively utilized its gimmick, unlike the overhyped Disappointment Paranormal Activity, which sucked. The unfortunate thing is that a very small number of poor choices kept this film from being great. One such example occurs in the final few seconds. There's a good way and a hack way for a horror flick to do that final obligatory scare. Unfriended's was not good. Number 3, The Sheik. I grew up a huge wrestling fan, more so NWA, and then later ECW and WCW, and I still enjoy shoot interviews on YouTube. The Iron Sheik is more recently known for his outrageous and hilarious comments. He's quite the character. So I definitely recommend this often sad documentary for any former and current wrestling fans. Number 2, American Hustle. The acting was excellent by Batman, Lois Lane, Rocket Raccoon, Mystique, Hawkeye, and Louis C.K. And honestly, everything else was also top-notch and very entertaining. It's one of the better movies of the decade, and I look forward to seeing it again. Number 1, The Secret of Kells. A beautiful cartoon in every way, the story is one that resonates with anyone who loves stories, and the power of words, language, parables, whether spoken, written, or as images. It's such an amazing and stunning work that you can appreciate it watching it with the audio turned off or listening to it without checking out the visuals. And a strong argument can be made that it should have won the Academy Award instead of Up. Alright, that's it. I'm always curious to hear what you think, so if you would, please let me know in the comments below. And you can connect with me on Twitter or Instagram at Chris Giddens. And until next time, thanks for watching.